I love SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Lochak. His name is Mike Branner. We're the Odds Couple. We come to you for SportsbookReview.com. It's Week 6 in college football. We're talking with Troy West from AllPlaysWin.com, and right now we're going to cover LSU, Florida. Now, Mike Brenner, you had a great read on LSU before Les Miles got fired. You predicted that he would get fired and that they'd be overvalued. That is the case. And then, in their first game without Les Miles, you predicted that they would have a big game, and that did wind up being the case. They got their offense was just they opened it up.
A can of whoop ass.
Totally different team.
Totally. And Pete, it was the freedom from that coach. Bottom line,
right.
Continue. Sorry.
And you're wondering why couldn't Les Miles see that? Now, if someone like if you're not a college football coach, you don't see it. That's fine. But if you're a college football coach, how can you not see how to make your team good? You know what I'm saying? But all right.
Yep.
Let's moving on.
Yes.
Obviously, LSU looked awesome last week. First week after the coaching firing, and they're at home. Now they're going on the road. Second week, if they can repeat what they did last week, maybe they're a great bet as just a small road favorite against Florida. And Florida has a bunch of injuries on the defensive line. I think their entire starting defensive line is either doubtful or out for this game. I don't know. What do you think, Mike Brenner?
I can't wait for this to kick off, Pete, and I'm putting my official pick out right now. I'm jumping LSU on the first half. I'm jumping LSU on the game. I'll take them any side I can find. Look, that momentum and the freedom. These guys had their chains broken. They're out of prison. Les Miles is gone, and they finally realized, you know what? We had so much bottled talent here. It's amazing that he, like you said, that coach didn't see it. Shame on you, Les Miles, but we predicted that one to get fired. And you know what? I think Troy's going to agree with me here. For some reason, I think he is. Florida did nothing to impress me last week. That offense is so, they're just pathetic. It's lethargic. And also, I tapped into what you did. That defensive line is a mess. This is going to be another massacre. LSU, they blew them out last week. They literally just manhandled their opponent. I think this week Florida gets trounced at home. Ain't nobody going to be doing no chomping, baby.
What do you think? Troy West from AllPlaysWin.com, this could be an easy casher this week, right?
Not so fast.
Really?
I love it. Head to head, baby.
I'm on the other side.
Really?
I love it.
Okay,
and that's all good, my man.
If Les Miles was coaching against that Missouri team, they would have put up 42 points, too. I think that came down to the opponent. This guy was an interim head coach at USC a couple of years ago, and he was the laughing stock of coaching. There's a reason USC was so quick to move on from Ed Orgeron. I don't think this had to do anything with the coach. I think it had everything to do with the opponent.
Oh, it didn't have to do with the new coach, but it had everything to do with the old coach who was the most overpaid. That coach sucked. He proved it year in and year out. It had everything to do with the coach, with all due respect, Troy. Trust me, Ed Orgeron, he's not even in the heads of these players. I can't wait till we go head-to-head, baby. I want to pull a $500 bill out.
Let's just try to make his case.
If he can go into the swamp and get it done this week, I think Florida's done nothing but be good this year. They took the foot off the gas against Tennessee and ended up losing that game in the fourth quarter at Tennessee. But otherwise, this Florida team, I think top to bottom, well-rounded, well-coached. They're going to be at home, one of the toughest places to play in college football. If the interim head coach goes in and beats Jim McClain in this type of environment, then I'll tip my cap to him. But I'm going to take home points, home underdog, and one of the toughest places to play. I'm rolling with the Gators. I know they got some guys out on defense, but this defense is still stout. They looked outstanding last week against Vanderbilt. You knew Vanderbilt's defense was good, and they were going to give them all they could handle. Florida still went in there, won the game. The week before that, they went into Tennessee, who's undefeated right now. Should have hung on to that game. Now they're at home. They're going to give LSU everything they have to handle. LSU's going to struggle. I like the Gators.
Okay. All right, Mike. Well, we get Troy West. It is a split line, 3 and 2.5, and you can go to SBRodds.com and figure out which books have 3 and which have 2.5. So for the purpose of record keeping, Troy can get +3. Mike Brenner, you're going official. We're
I'm going official. I'm taking the first half in the game -2.5. First half's going to probably be 1.5.
-2.5.
And it's my first head-to-head with Troy. And win or lose, it doesn't matter because one of us is taking the bookie's money.
Troy does make some good points. I mean,
he makes some great points.
It's different to have a blowout, impressive win
no
at
doubt.
home and then going in on the road.
Again, you know me. I get emotional and sensitive with this. No, Troy made some great points. He always makes great points. The thing I think really is going to hurt Florida is the way that they lost at Tennessee. I think it showed. And I know Vandy has a good defense, but their confidence, that mojo, that everything that Florida has, it did not exist in Vanderbilt offensively. Bottom line, LSU is on a high, and this is a great stage to prove it. Here we go. I love it.
And Troy, I mean, the improvements on offense that LSU made, I mean, the offensive coordinator had a lot to do with that. It wasn't necessarily Orgeron, and so you don't think that the improvements that we saw from last game, I mean, they were getting past the tight ends to the running backs, everything was opened up.
LSU was a lot more physical and bigger than Missouri. I think you and I could have been the OC that game, and we would have put up.
Okay. Well, we have
anything to do with the offensive coordinator. I think it had everything to do with Missouri. That Missouri football team is bad. This Florida team's not bad, and I'll tell you one thing: they're not bad at home. So I'll go.
We have a very clear Troy West, Mike Brenner split.
Oh,
here.
baby,
Mike
I'm
Brenner
just
on LSU. Troy
Pistol
West.
Pete, you got a couple of fins you can throw me here? I don't bet, Pete says. Pete says I don't bet. I love it.
All right, that just about wraps it up. Troy West from allplayswin.com liking LSU, liking Florida +3. Mike Brenner liking LSU -2.5. We'll see how this turns out. Who winds up coming out on top? Awesome call. Thanks so much, Troy.
Thanks, Troy.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts and shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.